The town of Stroud is the place to be when it comes to massive infrastructure projects. It's got a large railway station with plenty of platforms for passengers to catch their trains, and just down the hill is a huge harbour ready to take passengers and cargo along the nearby waterways. However, one thing Stroud is missing is a colossal cargo terminal, so let's give it one. This cargo terminal is perfect for the freight traffic soon to rumble through the town, with long platforms and a brand new truck hub right outside the cargo doors. The only downside is it will require a major rebuild of the approach tracks to accommodate a freight hub of this size. So let's get building, creating not only a hub fit for purpose now, but one that will last at least for the next century. Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to From Steam to Electricity here on Transport Fever 2. It is nice to say those words again. Excuse me. We might as well get to the elephant in the room. I am recovering from a stinking cold. Probably one of the worst colds I've had for a long time. Because of that, I have no voice. Or I had no voice. I'm still recovering my voice. I know I sound okay, but I promise you, I have been suffering. So if I do cough or if my voice decides to break halfway through the video, I do apologise. There may be lots of cuts and things like that in here, just as I try and mask as much of that as possible. Also, welcome back to the main series. We did the onboards last month, which I think were quite fun, actually. It was nice to sort of see the network from a line side point of view. I mixed it up a little bit. I know most people wanted to see flyovers of the routes, but I did do a couple of cab rides as well. I think they went okay. In terms of production, I think they were very good. I love the little bar across the top, so you can see where you are along the route and things like that. In terms of views, I'm not going to complain too much, to be honest, because it was a little bit experimental and it somewhat worked. So, yeah. Thank you everyone who did watch those and liked them and shared them. I think a couple got hyped as well, which is awesome. It's very much appreciated. You guys are all awesome. Right. There's a throat clear. We are at Stroud. Stroud, the town that makes you proud. This is possibly going to be the biggest hub on the entire network by the time we're finished. And that includes Cockerhead. So Cockerhead, combining two towns together is one thing, but this is a whole other ballpark. Mainly the fact that Cockerhead is 6 platforms, which Stroud already has here. Plus these extra 4 to make it 10. And then this area, which you'd have already seen in the intro how it looks. I don't yet know how it looks, of course. My god, my throat. I'm so sorry. You guys know how this looks. I don't know how this looks. But what I do know is all of the approaches to Stroud here, we are about to rip out and rebuild. Because I don't like them. I do not like them. I do not like them. I'm also going to... I've noticed in some of these videos recently, the music has gotten really loud. So I'm just going to turn that down a little bit more. Hopefully you can still hear it. But yeah, it was ringing in the ears a little bit. I watch all my videos back when I do the timestamps and stuff, and there was points where I genuinely could not hear what I was saying because the music was so loud. So yeah, we're going to change that. Also, financially, you can see I added some money in not too long ago. Financially, we're not too bad. Things are sort of like, this is all over the place. That will get fixed this month. Today, as I said, we're building... Actually, I don't think I have said today what we're properly building yet. But today we're going to be building a colossal cargo hub in this entire space here. We're also going to be rebuilding the passenger approach lines to make all of this make more sense. So essentially, the line from Abingdon, which is over here, that's going to get extended downwards in the not too distant future. And we're going to have a new station on the west side of Abingdon, possibly somewhere around this area, although that's quite hilly. So it might actually end up being down here with buses going in and out of town, which will mean that this line here will have to all get redone, or at least the main line will come down this way, join up to this, and then this will be like a flyover or something. Because I want to keep this station. I like this station, it's very pretty, but we're going to have to do something to make all that work. But yeah, new station here. We'll have another station down here by Wall's End, so we can connect to and from it. And then around, I mean, we could even have one at Tamworth and connect across if we really wanted to. And one down here for Staining. which is quite a distance, admittedly, but it's a thing. To be honest, we could curve up, although again, it's quite hilly. It's deceptively hilly, in fact. No, we're not going to be able to get up there, so we are going to have to build it down by the river. And then, this bit here, we cross the river at the narrowest part. That is the plan. I think that would be really cool. Those 4 tracks are then going to join to the through lines here, because those trains are going to continue south. For the bay platforms here, they're going to form the 4 tracks that come around this way towards Tamworth. So there will be, excuse me, bear in mind the cargo hub's going to be down here. These lines are sort of going to curve this way for a bit and then round that way. You can see the valley sides here, but that's because this line is descending. We're going to make all of this work. I promise you we'll make all of this work. There will be loads of carriage sidings and stuff in the middle, like we have here. And then the 4 track, whoops, excuse me, the 4 tracks from here, thought my game crashed then. The 4 tracks from here will then curve the other side of the carriage sidings, and they will form the 4 that go off to Tamworth. So yeah, there'll be 8 main lines in total. There will be crossovers between them, so it's going to be very, very busy in terms of junctions and things like that. I love it. I'm here for it. 8 main lines coming into a station with 10 platforms. It's going to look awesome. And then, with this massive cargo hub down here, we'll talk about that more in just a second, how that's going to look. That will occupy this space. If these tracks curve away now slightly, this will be a huge, 15 tracker maybe, cargo hub. It might be made up of multiple cargo stations. I was going to use the ultimate station mod as well to get some curved tracks in. If we can do that, that's awesome as well. But for the most part, we're just going to try and get, at least 8, maybe double it up to 16, and go from there. So the design of this, I am hoping, because I've tested this previously and it didn't work, the actual entrance to our harbour is all the way over here. I kind of want it now at this end. And what I really want to do is swap this and this around. So let me see now if I can do that quickly. Because really, I want the passenger bit as far away from the cargo bit as possible. And one of the best ways to achieve that is to... Well, now I know where the cargo hub's going, that is. I can swap these around. But yeah, I have a horrible feeling that there isn't actually enough space to do what I want to do. And I also have a horrible feeling that... So I'm trying to build and talk. We all know how that goes. There's no street connection. I don't know how to make a street connection. So that's not actually connected to the road. So I don't actually know if this will reach. That's my biggest fear. Because if that's the case, I will have to rebuild this entire harbour. Which I am, in all honesty, prepared to do. That's not the end of the world. It's just a massive pain in the neck. Right, passenger, do this. Do this. And then do... Can I put... Yeah, I don't want to mess around with more than one. Do that and do that. I think I can. Yeah, I can get one there as well. I don't know if that's actually going to function though. But we'll put it in for now. Because I genuinely do think right now we're going to be ripping all this out anyway. So what difference does it make? So my plan. Let me pause the game for a second. My plan is thus. We are going to, from here, build a road out. I guess like this for now. We're then going to build a road straight out in this direction. Oh, hang on. Haha, see, I've done it wrong already. We're going to build a road out like this. That is not going to climb. It's going to remain flat. From here, we are then going to build another road out somewhat like this. And then from here, like so. Sure. If I now build a cargo station connected to this road, you can see already it does not connect to the harbour. So, first cut of the video, I'm going to go away and I'm going to get rid of this, rebuild it entirely. Entirely? I went West Country then. I'm going to rebuild it entirely. I'm going to rebuild it in its entirety. And then we are going to try and get all this connected and working and stuff. There may be a case where I'm going to have to redo this road slightly and make it a bit straighter. Again, I'm fully prepared to do that. We can dig out more of this area as well. It's all fine and dandy. So, I'll be back in just a second. Alright, a little bit of rebuilding work and we are ready to go, I think. This is the new dock, the new port, the new whatever you want to call it. I think it's actually smaller than the old one, but we've still got 4, 8, 12, 16 cargo landings and 2 passenger ones. I couldn't put 2 on this side for some reason. We seem to have maxed out the size of it. Now the good news is it's still connected to the passenger stop over here, which might actually get moved further up now. Although with the passenger side here, this actually makes a lot more sense. Sure. And what's really good is it connects to this, which is our new rail link. This is an ultimate station. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 tracks here. Should be more than enough for what we need, and this should be future-proofed as well. So we'll keep this now till the end of the series, pretty much. Speaking of the end of the series, I put out a poll recently asking if you guys like shorter series or longer series, because I've been told shorter series is the way to go, and shorter videos is the way to go. And then I ask you guys, and you're like, no, I want everything long. So I think we're putting everything back to being long. I don't know for sure yet, but that seems to be the general consensus, is that's what you guys like. We'll see. We will see. There's a lot of changes happening on the channel this year, so I'm not committing really to anything at this stage, but we'll see how things go. Anyway, stop talking, Mark. Start building. So, this is all connected up now. Now, I have realised we have no room for trucks. Now, my plan for trucks is to actually square this off, which means probably removing the 2 landings on this side, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, square this off and put the truck hub in this gap. I think there'll be enough space for a relatively large hub. I wouldn't say massive, but large enough. We might even be able to get 2 in here. And I think the way we will do that... See, I'm going to make stuff up now, and it's probably not going to work out that way. I think actually I might have... Yeah, these. So this might be what we end up doing here, and we'll pop it in. Now I say that, it's quite small now, isn't it? Suddenly it all looks very small. What if I did that? No. We could probably fit it this way around. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find somewhere for this to go. The other option is we remove this, which I don't think I can do conventionally. I'll have to use dev tools, which again, I don't particularly want to do. That's rail. Yeah. Oh, it's so annoying because I really would like this, but it just doesn't fit. How big can I make this? That's an interesting question. Whoo, boy. Yeah, that's big. Yeah, see if I could fit that in there. Wouldn't that be awesome? But I don't want to move the port again, because if I do that, I might break the rail connection. We're very limited on space here, as it turns out. Very limited indeed. And we're about to be even more limited in space, because the next thing I'm going to do is remove all of these tracks here, which I might do on camera in just a second, actually, and then start extending this station out and around. It's going to curve this way, or some of it is going to curve this way towards the water. Because that's going to join up with the main line going over the river here. Excuse me. And the other half, or bit, whatever it is going to go this way and join up with the main line towards Tamworth. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a 50-50 split necessarily. It might be more of a 60-40. We will see. It might be a 50-50, but, you know, these 8 tracks go that way. These 8 go that way, but the middle 4, 6, whatever it might be, can go in either direction. That could be a way to go as well. Yeah, Yeah, we will see. We will see. But the station as a whole will still curve slightly around this way. And that's to open up space for this track here to then curve around and go over like so. I'm going to let this train finish its approach to Stroud. I'm also going to keep an eye on the money whilst I'm doing all this. The good thing with ultimate stations is they are quite cheap to build, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm also going to try and square off this area and see if I can fit. I mean, there's a small one there. Actually, the small one will fit. That'll fit quite nicely. Okay, we might end up doing this then, because that does look quite cool. I want to see what it looks like first, though. If I just pop you down a sec. Do they go through the warehouse as well? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think they do. It's hard to see. And if they do, that's very cool. But yeah, that should connect that up nicely as well. And then we're good to go. So, yeah, I'll put a cut in here. When we come back, all of this will have been removed. Some of it may have been replaced, but definitely all removed. This station will be completely built. And we'll be ready to start laying tracks and connecting things up. And we might even have a truck hub as well, which would be really neat. So yeah, in a bit. I love this dockside little truck hub here, right outside our cargo station, right next to our harbour. It's so cool. I've had this mod for a while actually, and just never thought to put it in this save game. But I thought I'd give it a go here, and it looks really, really nice. It fits in quite nicely. Speaking of fitting in quite nicely, this is where we've got to. I have trains returning to the main line again. I think I had a few that were sort of queued up because of where I destroyed the tracks. So they're all running back in now. I am going to fancify this bridge a little bit actually, because the more I look at it, the more I think it needs to be something quite special. Given the fact that... can I make this window bigger? No. Given the fact it's part of a major main line. I mean, that could work, I suppose. All I've done is add some side bits, arches. Tide arch? Is that what this is? I want to say it's a tide arch, but... I mean, it says girder bridge, but I don't think it is a girder bridge. Unless it's a girder bridge with just fancy arches. I don't know. Whatever it is, it looks like that now. But yeah, this is the main line coming in. The one that will come in from Abingdon. And it'll come round this way, as you see. And it'll get very close to the line from Paignton. But it won't quite touch it. Instead, we have these crossovers that will do the work for us. Now, this section down here will remain untouched. This section up here may need rebuilding depending on what happens in the next part of the video. Because I'm going to be building some carriage sidings and things like that over here in just a second. And a depot with a shed and all sorts. So there is a chance that in doing so, I may lift the land up here. And therefore have to redo this section of track. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just generally straight curves with some crossovers and stuff. This as well is a mod that I've had for a while and only decided to put into the game just now. It looks really nice over here, but once you start putting junctions and stuff on it, because it is technically a bridge, and if anyone knows what a bridge looks like on this game when you start putting junctions and stuff on it, that's basically what's happened over here. So if I come down this way here, we've got these nasty little holes that will need filling in. I think I might just put bushes in front to hide them. I think that's probably the way to go. And then I don't think this one... Oh no, this one has the same problem. Yep, we'll fix that too. And I hope this is wide enough here to put the wider road in if I do end up with it. If not, we'll have to just do it over here. I mean, this one can definitely be widened, so maybe that's how we end up doing it. And yeah, the main thing is, the first cargo hub is in. Now, this was meant to be both cargo hubs, but my god, the frame rate dives when you're messing around with ultimate stations. So, because of that, I have halved the size of this basically. So we've got this with this road here. There will be a road on this side as well, which hopefully won't mess things up too much because it'll come straight off of here. And then this one will connect straight into it and it'll come down. And it'll actually run alongside the rail here for a stage. And then it'll probably cross over the tracks here somewhere. Speaking of the tracks here somewhere, I'm at a bit of a crossroads, I suppose is one way of saying it. I've got this tall bridge here, and it's to allow ships to pass underneath, and it actually looks really, really cool. And on this side, we'll have the tracks curve round onto this hill, and then we'll use the hill here as a means to bring it back down to ground level. It also then means that the station here will be closer to Staining, which I think is a nice thing too. I'm just looking, I think we might have a bus line from Alnwick to Staining, and then you can get on the train there. That'll probably work nicely. Obviously, this main line will continue down this way. Probably split in half, actually, through Stroud. Half to the east, half to the west. Because we've got some other places here that we could serve. I'm completely distracting myself. For the freight lines, we're going to have another at least 6 tracks. This is... the hitbox on this is incredibly big. I'm not sure I like that either. 6 tracks, at least, will sit here. And these will be, I think, the Tamworth line. So they're going to come around here and connect up. Now, for that to work, first of all, I think this bridge here might need to get rebuilt. So I think these lines are going to swing around like this and then pass underneath this bridge somewhere. Unless, if the tracks are already starting to climb up, they could probably just go under one of these arches without having to do much rebuilding. Let me just do a little experiment. Yeah, you could go under there, no problem. Okay, in that case, crisis averted on that one. And then once we get over here, I think one line will pass underneath, climb up, connect in, and the other one will just branch off. Although I'm saying that even, we're not connecting to this line, are we? We're forming our own... Oh, that changes everything, actually. That does actually change everything. Okay, I think I've just fixed my own problem. Both lines then will probably pass underneath because I think the freight lines here will connect onto this side of Tamworth. And then, what are they going to do at Northallerton, though? I think, actually, we'll have our own dedicated freight terminal over here somewhere for Tamworth. And then the tracks will come around this way up to maybe a depot between Northallerton and Wells. I say depot. Cargo hub. And then Tewkesbury and, yeah. Alright, I think I've just solved my own issue here. Because eventually we're going to connect up to Paignton, which is actually next episode, I think, where we're doing that. So that's something to look out for. This pair of tracks then, coming out of this side, was going to be a challenge. Because I was going to say, how the hell am I supposed to get that up and over the river here at least half the height of this in this amount of space? But no. What these... My God, I can't speak. What these tracks are going to do now is come round like this, swing around under this part of the bridge, which is why this was left. The road... There'll be this road, there it is also going to come round under here. And then they're going to follow the river all the way along to here. And then at this point here, the freight tracks are going to hop up and over and then into a new cargo hub somewhere around there. And that will serve Staining. It's a long way away, I admit. But it's better than nothing. At this point, you're probably wondering, why should Stainings be over here and then Tamworths be over here? And that's also a very good question. The solution to that, or the answer to that, is I don't know. In all honesty, I don't know. It's only because this now has to be split into 2 because of the frame rate and stuff. It just causes a bit of an issue. Because then I can have half go that way, half go that way. But then there's not enough room to go directly that way. So it has to come this way for a bit and then go over. I could, if I really wanted to, reroute the river. But I think that's too much of an ask. So I think at this point we're just going to have the 2 freight lines running parallel. Then this one will go that way, and then this one will go that way. I think that'll probably work for the best. On that logic, we could probably have both pairs of tracks come under. Maybe one pair under here, and one under here with the road. That works too. That probably works better, actually. But yeah, the main thing is, we have rebuilt the approaches to Stroud. I am now pretty happy with these, actually. There are still some elements. This bit here is not too bad because these are 2 pairs of tracks joining up anyway. But shouldn't be able to see that bit. It should be a track bed like that. And I wish I could fill these gaps and particularly fill this gap. But if we are going to have lines branching off and stuff, that might not be an issue anyway. It's just in the real world, this would be one long thing. Maybe I'll just put some rusted tracks in as close as possible to this, and it'll fill itself that way. Who knows? Excuse me, sorry if you heard that. Not the nicest. Yeah, I think I need to go away and finish this off then, because I think we're at that stage of the video now. The next time I come back, I think I'll have the second half of this done, and at least this line heading out this way towards Tamworth. I think I will build both though right now, and you get an idea as to how it's going to look. I suppose what I could do is have the lines come closer this way, and then have one freight line swing up and over like this, and then the freight terminal will be more over here, closer to the passenger station first and foremost, and also close to this steel mill and the oil well and the meat processing plant. I don't know. I liked the idea of it just following over this, so I think that is what we'll end up doing. And then the other line will come around this way. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, alrighty. I'm going to go away and finish all this off then. I will see you momentarily. Oh, I'm also going to add loads of eye candy as well. That's the other thing. I've got some assets and stuff that I want to try out, placing them around here, this flat section down here, for example, and see how good I can make this look. So bear with me. I'll be right back. As this express here just sits simmering away, we are complete. The project is finished. We are ready to start bringing trains into Stroud, both cargo and passenger. I mean, technically we already had passengers, but you know what I mean. You might be able to tell my voice has got a little bit worse as well. I'm recording this thing first thing in the morning, so that's never a good idea, is it? Anyway, over here first, cargo, done. I think you might have seen most of this already. I think the right hand side you've seen, actually, not the left hand side. So we've got 6 extra tracks here that connect down this way. 5 of them, I believe it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can count, I promise. I'm just checking. 5 of them connect down this way to this set of tracks, which then go down to 2 just under the bridge here. That's all done by design. That's all good. The other 2 come this way. This is for something quite important as well. Basically, a long time ago when I first planned out this route, you might remember I said that the freight tracks would come this way from Tewkesbury down to Stroud. Now obviously we can't technically do that. I did try just now, off camera, building a loop around. It didn't really work out. So yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly how this is going to work, but this is going to be to connect up some of these industries and also some of these industries. And I think if we came up this way and then tunneled through this bit, I think there's potential to make that work. So what we would do is come under the tracks somewhere around this area. It'll probably be closer to over here now. It'll be cool actually if I could tunnel under this bit and then come out. The reason is we've got some oil wells. Where's the oil refinery? I don't actually think there is one around here, which is a shame. But there's a plastics plant here, chemical plant. And then, you know, there's other places that we could drop stuff. There isn't actually a complete... Yeah, the more I'm looking at this, there isn't actually a complete industry chain around here, which is a bit of a shame as well. There is, though, an oil sand mine and a fuel refinery. And Northallerton does accept fuel. So there's something there perhaps we could do in the future. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm dithering. Waffling. So this pair of lines will go through this way and then down this way and connect up again at Tewkesbury with the other pair of lines which will branch off of this one that will come via Tamworth and Northallerton and connect up some of, well, I say Northallerton, it'll be this little gap here, probably near this bus stop actually. And that'll be for more stuff, so like it'll pick up grain maybe or livestock, whatever it might be. There is actually a meat processing plant just there as well. We'll cross that bridge a little further when we come to it in the future, but there's potential is where I'm going with that. The other half of this line, of course, will be the one that goes across the water here, so they'll branch off just before Tamworth. And that kind of again solves the problem of having the two lines running parallel but not actually touching. Now they do touch, and having this little crossover here between the two sets means that a train can in theory come in this way to here and then reverse out this way. Lovely stuff. Excuse me. The final piece of the puzzle then, and there are lots of bits here actually that I'm looking to try and fix. Are there any... what am I looking for? City Skylines has these where they're like slabs of material that you can pop down. I have absolutely no idea. Like a big flat slab that I could fill some of these gaps with rather than using track. Because I went as close as I could to filling it all, but obviously there's still big gaps as you can see, and it looks a little bit ugly. So I'm just going to have a quick scan. It doesn't look promising though. I'm not going to shove containers in, or am I? No, I'm not going to shove containers in. That seems a bit excessive. Yeah. I'm kind of giving away the rest of this build right now. So if you want to have a look at it whilst I'm just scrolling through this, then feel free by all means. It's not really a surprise at this point. I said I was going to do it and I did it. So it's not like I'm going to be like, oh look, I also did this. But yeah. Yeah, if anyone has any mod recommendations or any advice actually on how to fill these gaps, by all means let me know down below, because that would be very, very helpful. I'm not seeing anything. I might go and look. Oh, what's this? Huh. Okay. I might go look on the workshop and see what I can find. Because, actually... Oh, that's a barrow crossing. Yeah, that's a barrow crossing. Never mind. Alrighty. Yeah, it's not looking promising. There's some platforms there, but again, that doesn't really do what I want. A foot crossing. Which, I guess because it's on a bridge there, it doesn't work. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, nothing. Alrighty. I'll go do some digging. We'll see. But yeah, this still looks ugly as hell. But this side does look a little bit neater. Excuse me. Thanks to these new tracks that come off, which go into a set of carriage sidings, which I actually bothered to put a fence around as well, which I think does add to it. So at this point here where the two sets of tracks diverge, we've got a fence that goes all the way around the site and then back over to just over here where this retaining wall starts. I love the fact that signal just dropped as I was looking at it as well. That's awesome. Sometimes the trains are really popular and sometimes they're not. I don't really know what that's dependent on because there's no time of day in this. So it's not like there's peak hours or anything. There are a couple of areas like around here where the fence is a little bit iffy. That's very iffy there. The iffiest one by far is over here. But that doesn't look too unrealistic. The idea being that it's stopping you from getting in. It's not stopping anything from getting out or falling out or anything like that. So actually I'm fine with that bit. I'm just going to see if I smooth this. No, doesn't change anything there. But I can delete individual fence panels. So I think I'll go and fix that as well at some point. Excuse me. We have various carriages of various eras and various conditions all sat in the sidings here, which I'm a big fan of. I have left two tracks clear. This one is for trains leaving the depot, and this one is for trains entering the depot. You may notice they are not actually part of the sidings. They are spare tracks. There's two extra gaps, so I decided to fill them thusly. And then over here we've got a turntable, we've got a massive water tank, we've got a water tower, we've got a coaling tower with some wagons that are in the process of being unloaded, because I think that adds a nice little bit of character. We have got a loco underneath as well, taking on coal. And then over here at the shed, we have 3 locos here. A goods loco, City of Truro, they're all City of Truro, and a prairie. I think that's a large prairie. Can I see inside? Yeah, that's a large prairie, isn't it? And then out here, we have a diddling prairie. I can't speak. We have a diddy prairie, a small one. Teeny tiny prairie. When I was a kid, I'd heard about small prairies and large prairies, but to me they all look the same. And then when I actually saw a photo of a small prairie next to a large prairie, I was like, oh, they genuinely look like father and son kind of thing. It's crazy. And there's that train leaving again with only 5 people on board this time. But at least it does sort of earn money. But yeah. We also have a signal box over here, which again, it's a little bit glitchy because of the way it's all done here. I think I needed to affix it to this track actually. Yeah. Considering how many tracks there are in this area and how staggered they all are, the fact that I was even able to get close to filling all of these gaps, I'm actually kind of pleased. The only one I struggled with really was this end. You can see I've tried to build some tracks in to make it work, but it only gets so far before it becomes a bit of an issue. So again, slabs or something like that will have to go in there. Alrighty, we're ready then. Next episode, we're going to be bringing freight to Stroud. Well, the first thing I'm going to be doing is fixing. In fact, I could do that now while I'm talking. That's a good idea, Mark. That's a good idea. Let's do some terrain fixing while you're talking, because we all know how good you are at talking and building at the same time. I mean, I've managed to get through this section so far whilst... there we go. Fixed it. I actually stopped myself from talking then, partway through, because I forgot what I was saying. Very good, isn't it? I'm surprised, actually, how little iron ore is getting to this. I thought there'd be hundreds waiting. But I guess we have a line that comes through pretty quickly. Yeah, rate of 525. So that's probably why. Although, how is it not earning money? Huh. My guess would be actually, yeah, this hill. This hill. Always this hill. Actually, didn't they used to go this way? Because I only built this road today. Huh. Sure. Final thing then, yes. So, cargo trains. I'm going to be connecting this pair of tracks here. We're going to find a way to get around all of this. Again, the hill is a lot higher than it looks at this point. And again, we're even at the bottom of this bit of the hill. So it's quite a climb. We're going to find a way. I think we might curve around this side. And then this way. And then the other pair of lines would go off in this direction. But the point is we're going to have a little hub up here for some of these industries. Although right now I don't think we're actually going to utilize any of these industries. But the key is to get through here and down to this area. There is actually an oil refinery there. And we do happen to have a harbour right here. There may be some potential there. Because that's the other thing we're going to be looking at today, is starting some more ships. So St. Justin Penwith is right here. And you'll notice there's some steel there. So if we nick some of that steel, and even some of the slag actually, and brought that over here, and loaded that onto a dedicated train that could go up to, let's say, Scarborough, as an example, that would be a huge money maker. Massive. Ginormous. But yeah, pair of tracks up through the hills and onwards. This pair of tracks will also get extended next episode to the point where it will diverge here. And we're going to place the cargo terminals at Tamworth, North Allerton, Tewkesbury, where the other line comes back in and joins up, Woking, Kirby Moorside, and then head over to Paignton. And we're actually going to start goods services running between all of those stations. This line here, this is going to be the actual freight track here, and it's going to come around this way. Because Kirby Moorside we can just add some cargo platforms to. Because you actually serve... excuse me. You actually serve quite a lot of the town. So that's quite good. We've got some machines around here that the steel could actually be brought up to. We do have... Is it down here? Yeah, we have planks being made, which are also being turned into tools. But those planks could also be brought into Woking and loaded onto a train. It's all starting to make sense now. It's all starting to come together. So we can have a lumber train dedicated to all of that. That might even be the first train we bring in, because there's a lumber train down here at Paignton as well. So we can just have lumber toing and froing all over the network, constantly running full. That'd be awesome. Alrighty folks, I've talked enough. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if if you enjoyed the video, and of course, if you're enjoying the series so far. I know I've said that this series will end at episode 100. I'm starting to think that might not be the case. Before everyone gets too excited, this may still be subject to change. However, I am finding that this series is doing better than some of the new ones that people seemed to want. And I actually put out a few polls recently. One was to do with video length, and you all said that videos can be longer, so that's good, because I think this one is. The next one was series length, and you guys all said that you didn't mind if series were longer, which is very counter what was said before, but never mind. And then the third thing was what kind of games do you want to see me play? And the number of you who said basically stick to transport games was exceedingly high. So I guess I'm going to be sticking to transport games, which again is fine. I don't have any problems with that. Excuse me again. But yeah, I think this series may continue into the electric era after all. But obviously it depends on viewership and stuff. If things drop too much, then it might go away. If things pick up, then that's awesome. I can't ask for more than that, to be honest. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hit the like. Hit the hype button as well if you're on mobile and you've hit the like button and the hype option comes up. Please, please, please do use it. It really does help out. Some of my most popular videos recently have been hyped, which is, again, awesome. So thank you everyone who contributes to that. I've completely forgotten my pattern now. Hang on, hit the like button. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes, any mod suggestions that you might have, any ways to fix these gaps. I would quite like actually to fix this gap as well, because this one annoys me too. So if you've got any suggestions for that, let me know down below. Besides that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your week, and until next time, I will see you soon.